Let me just say this straight up, no chaser. If readiness was required, nobody powerful would exist. You were not almost there. You were already there. You're just still negotiating with fear like it gets a vote. This episode is for the woman who keeps saying, I just want to feel more confident first. I don't want to rush it, or I'm waiting for clarity. No, friend, you're waiting for comfort. And confident women, they don't build lives around comfort. They build them around decision. If you are done waiting on a feeling that was never meant to lead you, this episode is your permission slip to act first and catch up emotionally later. Friend, if this is the kind of conversation you've been craving, subscribe. This podcast is for women who take themselves seriously, not rigidly, but intentionally. And the women who stay here are the ones who actually apply what they hear. So let's get into it. Hey, my powerful, becoming, no longer playing small woman, stepping into her main character mode. Welcome back to the space where we stop romanticizing hesitation and start honoring our authority. I need you to hear me clearly today, not softly, not spiritually bypassed, and not watered down. Confidence is not coming to save you. You build it by moving without it. And if that makes your chest tighten just a little bit, good. That's growth knocking. So grab your coffee, sit up straighter, because this episode is not a pep talk, it's a wake-up call. As you listen today, notice where you are understanding the pattern or realizing you are ready to move beyond it. If that moment hits, I'll tell you exactly where to go when we get there. This is the truth nobody wants to admit. Confidence is not emotional, it's behavioral. This is where we pull out our favorite line from Ghost. Remember when Whoopi Goldberg said, Molly, you in danger, girl. I might be dating myself with this reference here, but it's all good because, friend, we have been lied to. Confidence has been marketed as a feeling when it's actually a pattern. You don't wake up confident, you wake up and choose. Confidence is what happens when your nervous system watches you. Speak even when your voice shakes. Decide without consensus, move before the outcome is guaranteed. Every time you act without certainty, your brain takes notes and says, ooh, okay, she keeps her word. Hey, that's not confidence, that's self-trust. And that self-trust is what separates women who just dream from women who do the dang on thing. Waiting to feel confident is like waiting to get into shape before going to the gym. Make it make sense. Now, let's talk about why waiting feels so mature, so healed, so responsible, and why it's actually fear wearing a fancy blouse. Waiting to feel ready is the prettiest form of fear. Fear doesn't always scream. Sometimes it whispers. Let me think about it a little longer. I'm just being patient. I'm trusting the timing. Friend, whose timing? Yours or fear's? Because clarity does not come from sitting still. It comes from movement. Readiness is not wisdom. It's often just fear, that learned therapy language. And society loves that version of fear, especially in women. The woman who waits, who explains, the woman who shrinks her certainty so no one feels threatened. But confident women, they don't wait to be understood. They move and let the world catch up. So if waiting isn't the move, what is? Confident women act from decision, not emotion. Confidence is an identity, not a vibe. Confident women don't ask, how do I feel today? They ask, what have I decided about who I am? They speak from certainty, choose before clarity, move without permission, not chaos, committed. They don't need the full plan. They trust themselves to handle whatever shows up after the decision. And that trust, that's what creates confidence on the back end. Confident women stop explaining themselves, full stop, and the period. Here's a level up nobody prepares you for. You realize explanation is just approval seeking in a cute outfit. Confident women don't over justify their prices, their pivots, their boundaries, their no. Listen, I heard somebody say, if I didn't have to explain my yes, then why do I need to explain my no? The thing about confident women is they don't need to be agreed with to be grounded. Silence after a decision isn't awkward, it's authoritative. If you are listening to this and thinking, I understand my patterns, but nothing is changing, hear me clearly, friend. You are not stuck because you need more insight. You are stuck because awareness isn't the next step anymore. Decision is. That pause you keep calling timing, it's the moment self-trust has to be practiced, not processed. That's why the main character momentum builder exists. Not to give you more information, but to help you move forward with clarity, consistency, and trust without forcing yourself or waiting to feel ready. You'll find it linked in the show notes. All right, friend. Pause the noise for a second, because everything we just talked about, it doesn't matter if it just stays theoretical. Confidence is not built by agreeing with me. It's built by moving. So this is the moment where we stop consuming and start initiating, where you don't just nod along, you decide. Welcome to your new ritual. This self-love two-step is the confidence receipt. Ooh, friend. This is where you stop waiting to feel different and start acting like the woman you are becoming. Step 1, claim the decision. Name the thing you've been postponing. Not the polished version, not the one-day version, the real thing you keep circling because it requires nerve. Say it plainly. No backstory, no disclaimers, because clarity begins the moment you stop lying to yourself. Step 2, act without applause. This is where you make your move. Now take one small, bold action toward it within the next 24 hours. Not loud, not performative, not announced. Confident women don't move for applause. They move for alignment. This step is about showing yourself that you can be trusted. And every time you do this, confidence clocks in. Here's your new mantra. You can write it down and say it out loud later. I don't need to feel ready to move. I trust myself to handle what comes next. Now, let me pour into you real quick. Hear me with your whole heart when I say this. You are not late. You are not confused, and you're not behind schedule in your own life. You are standing at the edge of a version of you that requires nerve. If ever there was a place for full audacity, this is it. And your hesitation isn't a flaw. It's a signal that something important is asking to be born through you. But let me free you from the lie you've been carrying. You don't need confidence to move. You need courage. And courage doesn't come feeling ready. It comes from deciding that your life deserves momentum. Confidence is not the rescue boat. It's the shore you reach after you swim. Every time you wait to feel ready, you teach yourself that fear gets authority. But every time you move anyway, you remind your nervous system, I can be trusted with my own life. And that trust, that's what changes how you speak, how you choose, how you walk into rooms without shrinking. And let me get practical for just a second, because courage isn't some abstract thing that's just waiting out in the wings. It shows up in very specific places. Courage looks like this in your life: choosing yourself even when no one claps yet, letting go of what's familiar because you've outgrown it, starting the thing you keep saying you'll do after things calm down. In love and relationships, it looks like saying what you actually need instead of what just keeps the peace. Leaving the dynamic that keeps asking you to shrink or disrespect yourself. Letting someone really see you. I mean, really see you instead of performing to be chosen. In your career or calling, it looks like applying before you feel qualified, raising your hand before you feel certain, charging for your worth without over-explaining the price. In your boundaries, it looks like saying no without the paragraph, not answering right away, and not rescuing grown adults from the consequences of their own choices. Ooh, let me say that again. I know somebody need to get that deep down in their spirit. Not rescuing grown adults from the consequences of their own choices. In your identity, it looks like allowing yourself to change, outgrowing old labels, letting the old version of you be disappointed that you're evolving. Courage isn't loud. It's not always dramatic. Sometimes courage is just doing the thing you keep talking yourself out of and doing it without an audience. That's where confidence is born. So if you've been waiting for a sign, friend, this is it. Move quietly, imperfectly. Move scared if you have to. Just don't stay still, because readiness is not a requirement. It's a reward, and it always comes after you choose yourself. Ooh, friend, if this episode felt like 2 chops to the throat in the best way, that's good. It means that something just shifted. Stay connected. Subscribe so you don't miss the conversations that call you higher. And if this spoke to you, leave a 5-star review, because women who grow out loud don't just heal themselves, they change the culture. Then share this in your sister friend group chat, because there is always a woman waiting on a feeling instead of trusting herself. And you might be the reminder she needs. Until next time, you don't become confident and then act. You act and confidence follows. So cue the music, roll the credits, because this is your era. And don't forget, around here, we don't shrink, we shine. All because together we can. Encourage over everything.